it turns out that she has been planning suicide the past year. Hello, my beautiful light warriors. So happy to see you here again. If you're new to my channel, my name is Aida. I am a mindset expert. I work with communications and I work with people all around the world to help them with mindsets to have a happy and successful life. These past few weeks, my videos have been directed to the pandemic situation and the mental health of it. So today's video is back in English. I've been doing the last two ones in Swedish. This one won't be as local as the other ones has been, and I want to address especially one topic that is very important to me, and that is increasing in intensity right now. And I feel it's so important we talk about this because you won't see this in the media. So I will add a little disclaimer here, and a trigger warning. So this episode will be about mental illness and suicide. And if you know someone that is struggling right now due to the new lockdowns and restrictions and everything, I want us to talk about this and to be able to identify and help each other as soon and as fast as we can. So, okay, what I've been up to the past week is I've been infiltrating groups. I have not been doing this in a dishonest way at all. I've been talking with people and I have been invited into groups where they talk about methods of suicide, seeking support from each other and everything. And you probably didn't know that these groups even existed. So I want everyone to know about this because you might know someone in a group like this, and I want you to be the support they are seeking in a group like this. I will also talk about the problem that is being in a group like this, because we all know that what you focus on a lot, that is how you will feel more and more, and then that is going to be your whole reality. Since I started talking about this pandemic thing, I have been receiving a lot of messages from different people I know, people I don't know, people I never heard of, and I have built a community around me these past few weeks around this topic. And I feel so grateful for this, connecting to so many people in different areas in their lives, in different areas and in the world. And we come together through this, through the hardships of this pandemic thing. And so I am so grateful to have met everyone. And then there are a few people I have met that I have been talking to about mental illness. And some of the people I've been talking to are having some lighter anxiety issues, and just like we all have from time to time during this pandemic. And some of the people I've been talking to are in the state of a full-blown suicide planning. So you won't see this on the news, you won't see this in the mainstream media, because they won't tell you that what they are doing right now with the vaccine passports and talking about mandatory vaccinations and everything, all of these things are just striking up the numbers. And we have children and women and other people being locked in with someone violent and destructive. This is a topic that I hold close to my heart. I have lost people to suicide. I have lost people to domestic violence and everything. So I will not be silenced about this, and as hard it is to hear, we must hear it, because what we can't see, we can't change. One of these people I have been talking to that has been writing to me about mental illness and suicidal thoughts invited me to one of these groups, and this person said that I am a member of 3 of these groups on different social media platforms, and this is what we are talking about. No one here sees another way out from this suffering. So there are groups formed on all the social media platforms where they are discussing how to end their lives when things get so tough they don't see another way out. And since this person told me this, I have been investigating this on my own, and talking to other people who also seem to be in different groups, suicide groups, if I can call it that. But it's been such a tough and heavy reading to do, because, well, I don't have to explain why, because obviously it's very heavy, and I talk to these real people who have children, people who are alone, people who are maybe not alone, but they feel alone, and that's the only thing. They are shunned and shamed by their families, so they feel left out, totally alone, because their family are attacking them, attacking their choices, wants them to get vaccinated. And so everything that once was considered unconditional love now turns out to be not unconditional love, because many of us now have families that really put a condition on their love. You either get vaccinated or you are not in the family anymore. This is, of course, very, very tough for anyone to hear, and especially if you are someone that is the black sheep in the family. You are regularly the one who talks about topics like this and do your own research, and then you have this sheep herd that always gather together and attacks you. Maybe you are not the one being suicidal, but chances are very high that you know someone who is. And I caught one of these people that didn't even tell me about this, but when I started receiving her messages, there was always one too many haha and one smiley too many for the messages to feel natural. And so I started digging and asking her things, and it turns out that she has been planning suicide the past year. And so chances are you know someone that is already planning this, and someone that just don't know when their last day will be here. And what I found in these groups, that the last drop will be another restriction, mandatory vaccination, or mandatory passport to go grocery shopping or anything, because they are now being left out from the family, thrown out from the society. And some of these people live with someone that is violent, and they see no other way out. So if you are someone that now has been connecting with a lot of people during this pandemic, I want you to take a little bit of time to just reach out and ask, how are you? And when you get through that first, I'm good, how are you? How are you really? How are you really? How is your situation in life, in work, with your partner, and everything? just keep asking questions, and just by the action of asking questions over and over again, that person will trust you and let you know how they really are, and here is your chance to be their support. Also, I want to ask you to refer them to a therapist or someone professional that can help them, but maybe they don't want to do that, or maybe they can't if they are in a country where maybe a vaccination passport is required, which would be totally sick and twisted, but that might be the situation in some countries where you can't get help or medical help or anything if you are not vaccinated. I'm usually a very upbeat, positive person, but talking about this is really I feel this like heavy energy in my heart, and I want us together to just clean it out and heal ourselves together. If you are someone watching this that have been considering suicide or anything else, please know that we are so many people, and we have already won this. It just needs to be manifested in the world. You are not alone. Someone just needs to know about your situation and can help you. Being in lockdown is obviously tragic, but there are ways and possibilities. You can get help anyway. And if you don't want to talk to a therapist or someone professional, maybe you feel safe talking with someone that you recently met that is doing this pandemic fight with you and you feel safe with. Our family isn't always our blood family, and many of us are experiencing that right now, and that is something we need to work on, because it's a separation you didn't know you had to deal with, and that, along with anxiety of being locked in and not knowing how the future is, I mean, everything about the safety we need is taken away from us right now. It's not at all a surprise that you are feeling like this. Even the strongest mentally stable person and physically and emotionally stable person will feel this from time to time now. So you are stronger than you think, and if you feel like giving up, please find someone right now to talk to, and just know that we are closer to the end of all this chaos than you think. I have seen it and I know it, so I need you with me to be able to restore the world and make it better after all of this, because it will be better than it was before all of this started. But I need you with me. We need to be at least 10% for us to win this, and we already are. We just need to make ourselves known to each other. You can do this, and I know that with a little bit of help, you are soon on the other side, which is the side with us where we have already won. In these groups, I have been talking to people who want to end their own and their children's lives because of the risk of mandatory vaccinations. This is such a serious thing because many of these people have been raped before, and this is the exact same feeling to them, not being able to control or decide what is going to happen to your own body. It's the same trauma for them over and over again, and just being in this energy waiting for it to happen and not knowing what is going to happen to them and their children is an excruciating pain. Whether you've been there or not doesn't matter, but if you have some emotional intelligence and logic, you will know how this must feel like. I want you to be the support that everyone needs right now. Find the people that can stand up for themselves right now. Whatever you put your focus on will grow. So it might be that you are not that deep in the darkness as you believe, but as you are in these groups talking about this several hours per day, that will fill up the most of your thoughts and your feelings, and you will feel like that's the only thing that is surrounding you right now. But that's not the case, I promise you. In this darkness that you see, you will see a crack of light, and I want you to focus on the crack of light, because that is the light that we are heading towards, and that light is us winning. So I want you to start focusing on other things. Do things that give you joy. It might be the little things. Just take up reading if you usually don't do that. Watch YouTube, learn a new skill, do something that makes you feel good. Maybe this is a time where you need the distractions. Usually I don't recommend people using distractions of a way to come out of mental illness or something else, but this is another type of situation, and I want you to use everything that you can to keep yourself here and make yourself stronger for a while, because all of this will feel easier once this is over, and this will be over. This pandemic is about to end because people are awakening. We are in the biggest awakening you have ever seen, the world has ever seen. And I can see this because I'm talking to a lot of people right now. People are messaging me like crazy, and I love that. The world is so bright, just a few steps away from here. It's so bright, and I have seen it. We just need to mind our frequency right now. The frequency you are in when you are in these groups talking about these things, there's a very, very low frequency. It's just like a radio channel. When you put on a frequency where you hear white noise, you won't hear what's on the other side. You won't hear what you want to hear, the beautiful music. You need to tune in to the right kind of frequency so you can hear the beautiful music. And the beautiful music is here. So what can you do? If you find yourself in one of these groups and you're talking about this, be the support for other people. While you are being a support for someone else and trying to keep them here, you will also strengthen yourself. Do meditations together. How about you find a beautiful meditation on YouTube, and then in that group you decide a time and date where you sit together digitally. You will be connected in spirit, and you'll be connected together doing this in the energy field. You will be connected, and find someone who makes you happy, who usually is positive. Find someone who can make you laugh, because laughter is what we need right now. Find something that makes you laugh. Watch movies. Find other things than just the tragic headlines we are seeing right now. Everything that makes you feel good, even if it's just for a moment or for a few minutes, use it, because every time you find yourself laughing or smiling or doing something that you love, you will raise that vibration. You will raise that frequency. If you have the least possibility to go out in nature, be out in the nature as much as you can, because nature has the highest and the best frequency. There you will find the connection to everything that you need, and you will refill yourself, you will raise your vibration, and you will get new energy and new air. Drink a lot of water, eat lots of fruits and vegetables. Those are the things that will raise the vibration and raise the energy and raise your frequency. So do what you can to give yourself fresh air, fresh water, fresh foods, and fresh people and fresh thoughts. I don't recommend you seeking yourself into these groups, because again, we need to raise the vibration, but be there for people. Maybe you need to write a post on your social media or something that you are there if someone wants to talk to you for a minute. do what you can to be the support that we all need right now. You need to turn off the news. The news are very low frequency, filled with fear propaganda. Fear is the frequency that will make us sick and keep us low and make us stay in the dark. So I want you to turn that off and go to YouTube or any other video platform that you know about, that you like, and find things where you can learn a new skill when you watch something that makes you happy. If it's kittens or if it's learning something new or whatever it is, make sure you do that instead. And I know that you feel like you need to keep yourself informed and updated right now, and you can do that, but set limits to how much you can consume that a day. Because while you are consuming this, it's just like drinking poison. You are drinking the poison instead of fresh water, and of course you will be sick. It's the same with your mind and your emotional health. If you're feeding yourself negative emotions, that is going to make you sick. If you're feeding yourself with negative visuals all the time, you will think about it all the time. What your eyes and your brain see and experience, that is what you will believe. Create groups that are around solution-oriented topics and about what we can do together. Maybe it doesn't have to be something on a global scale. I'm talking about small things. What can I do today to feel better? So if you find yourself in one of these groups right now, put in tiny topics of what you can do for self-care, what food makes you feel happy and energized, what you did today that was good, what you are grateful for today. Maybe you can set up things that you do together. Even if you're on separate locations, you can do things together simultaneously. You can meditate. You can all agree to go and take a walk at the same time, and then when you come back you talk about that. So try and shift things in these groups, and you can also create new groups where you talk about these things. So the thing is that we always need to raise the vibration and raise the frequency. That is what you can do on a small scale right now, because I need you to stay with me here so we can fight the fight of light, and so that we can come out together from this pandemic nonsense, because it is nonsense. Enough people have been awakened, so we are enough people to end all of these nonsense, bullshit, media and restrictions. It will be over soon. Things will seem like they are getting a little bit heavier, but they won't be. And so we need to be together right now, because what is it that they want? They want to keep us afraid. They want to keep us low. They want to keep us depressed. They want to keep us in anxiety. And the way they will fail is with us being happy, informed and solution oriented and together and united. That is what really, really annoys them, and that is what we will do. So I need you with me to do this, because I can't do this on my own. I need you. I need all of you. We can change a lot, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm very motivated and inspired, and you will be too. So thanks for listening. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to talk about it. And I know that everything will turn out perfectly fine, and everything will end up in just a big happy celebration when all of this is over. Thank you so much, and I will see you next week. Stay classy, stay shining. You are amazing. Thank you. Bye.